Dear students, you are welcome to my online teaching classes. I am Shishpal Chauhan, and today I am going to explain the poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers, written by Andre Rich. And this is meant for the students of class 12. Let's see here. These tigers are walking in their forest, that is their homeland, in a very confident and fearless manner. They are not the least afraid of these two men sitting under a tree because this forest does not belong to them. And tigers are confident while walking, they walk elegantly, they are fearless. This is the creation of Aunt Jennifer in a frame. Let's go ahead. Aunt Jennifer's Tigers by Andrine Rich. This is video lecture 1 of 1. There will be one video on that. Before I proceed further, let me tell you the background of this poem. Aunt Jennifer is an old woman, right? Aunt Jennifer makes an embroidery of tigers in this frame. At some distance, there is a tree, and Rene Rich wants to say that these tigers belong to forest. They are the denizens, they are the residents of the forest, the green world. They are not afraid of the presence of these men in the forest because forest belongs to them. Let me tell you something about the poet. She was born on 16th May 1929, Baltimore in Maryland, USA. Died on 27th March 2012, Santa Cruz in California, USA. Let me tell you something about the poem. This poem is about all the married women who pass almost all of their life in serving their children and husbands. They do this not in the hope of getting any reward or even some words of appreciation from them. This poem is about the miserable condition of married women. They give birth to children and then bring them up. They do not care for their own comfort but are very worried for their children and husbands. They work hard from morning till late at night. Sometimes they face ill treatment from their husbands and children. In a way, we can say that this poem is a strong case against the maltreatment given to married women by their husbands and children. And Rene Rich, the poetess, also stands against the ill treatment given to married women. Let's read the stanza once. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen, bright topaz, denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. They pace in sleek chivalric certainty. Let's see the meanings. Prance means to move in a showy manner. Topaz is a precious stone like diamond. Denizen means resident. Sleek means smooth, shiny, lustrous. Chivalric is used for medieval knights. They were always kind and caring for women. In the beginning, I created an image in your mind that clears what we have in this stanza 1. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance. Prance means to walk in a showy manner across a screen. This is screen. They are walking in a proud manner. She calls them bright topaz. Topaz is a precious diamond. Denizens of world of green means forest. Aunt Jennifer's tigers walk in the screen and they are also called bright topaz who live in a green forest. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. They do not care for the men who are sitting under a tree. They pace in sleek chivalric certainty. They know their destination and they walk in a very proud manner, confident manner, and they walk fearlessly like the knights of medieval times. Clear? But in contrast, it would seem that Jennifer is not an independent citizen of her own world. Her panel contains animals that are happier and more confident than she is. There is confidence and certainty about them, but the maker of them lacks in that. But these qualities are not found in Aunt Jennifer's life. She is not confident, she is not fearless, and she is not certain about her life. Her panel contains animals that are happier and more confident than she is. There is confidence and certainty about them, but the maker of them lacks in that. They are sure about their destination, but these qualities are not found in Aunt Jennifer's life. She is not confident, she is not fearless, and she is not certain about her life. Then the poet imagines that there are some men sitting under a tree, but the tigers are not afraid of them. They keep on moving about in the forest with full dignity and elegance. In the fourth line, the tigers remind the poet of the knights of the medieval time. That was the period about 1000 AD to 1450 AD, and they were full of courtesy and style. Chivalric men respected their women and acted kindly towards them. Again, the same contrast is found in the manner the uncle behaved towards Aunt Jennifer in the second stanza. Stanza 2. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hands. Those have grown very weak. Those fingers are unable to pull the ivory needle. Fingers have become so weak that they are unable to pull the thread of wool out of this frame. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hands. What can be the reasons for Aunt Jennifer's inability to pull the ivory needle out of the frame? Due to old age, her fingers have grown weak, and this ring is a symbol of ordeals of married life, responsibilities of wedding life, and she is not freed. She has been oppressed under these responsibilities and ordeals of her marriage. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hands. In the second stanza, the poet describes Aunt Jennifer's nervous hands struggling to pull the wool with her ivory needle. The word fluttering suggests trembling. Her hands are trembling because they have become weak due to overwork and old age. Symbolic meaning, we get the impression of a weak and frail woman who finds it hard to pull the needle. Here it's important to note that if the needle is made up of ivory, it is surely made from an elephant's tusk. Ivory is like topaz, a precious material. The lines, the massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hands. It suggests that Aunt Jennifer's fingers find it difficult to hold the weight of her wedding ring. Her fingers are unable to move, or you can say her fingers are unable to pull the needle due to the weight of her wedding ring on her finger. The wedding band is another reference to a precious substance that is usually of gold. By saying that it's Uncle's wedding band, it means that Uncle owns Jennifer also. In a man dominated society, she is also the property of her husband. The words massive and heavily suggest oppression. These words suggest as if she has remained under some burden throughout her life. She has lived a life as that of a slave, fulfilling demands of her husband and also obeying his commands. As a result, she is somewhat worn out in her old age. Third stanza. When aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie, still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. When Aunt Jennifer is dead, she will lie peacefully in her grave. Simple. But her hands will lie still ringed and trapped in her marriage ceremony, symbolizes the ordeals she had undergone because of the tradition of marriage. She is habitual of being controlled by her husband like an animal. In many communities, there is a tradition that if a woman dies before her husband's death, she has to wear all the ornaments and even the wedding dress. It symbolizes that the woman has to remain in the bondage of marriage even after her death. She does not die freely in a man dominated society. Her artwork, that is embroidery done by her on a piece of cloth, will continue living even after death. It also reminds us of her dreams that remain unfulfilled. Dear students, in this manner, this poem ends up here. I hope you must have understood each and every line. I shall come up with another poem. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you very much for joining. Keep watching, liking, and sharing my videos with your friends. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.